Hi, Josh here from MediaLeaders.com, and in this video I want to show you how we use Infusionsoft for some of our event marketing. Here's the topic of our video. It's going to be the Digital Growth Summit, which happens in Los Angeles on May 2nd. It's an event that has about 10 panels, some decent sized brands, a lot of great panelists, and it's digital tactics. Now this event is a digital video replay is $49, and you got $149, $199, and you can see the values at about $400. Now let me show you how we use Infusionsoft to market this. We're going to walk together. This will be not the shortest video you've ever seen from me. That's because I'm going to walk you through how I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and all that good stuff. I've done half of the work on the email setup. Let me go through here in the back to the sequence and show you. If you're not using Infusionsoft, you need to at least take a look at it. It's pretty awesome. Let me show you in the campaign builder for Infusionsoft. This is the campaign builder, and this is a graphical representation of what you'll find on the user experience. So if I were to add a Digital Growth Summit invite tag, which is the event invite tag, it will then invite them and throw them into this system. And you see that little tag? Anybody in this CRM, if they get that tag, then they can get thrown into this little box. And this little box is the invite sequence. So it'll run it on certain dates. Everybody gets thrown into this, hits the start button. And the start button really just says, hey, activate this one if they get thrown into this. Activate this action. And this action says run it between these dates, run it on this date, and run it on this date. So anybody that's in there is going to get this, and this, and this, different dates and stuff, different emails, and then it applies a tag saying that they were in there. Now the first one, let me show you what the email looks like. And this is really what we're going to work on here real fast. I wrote out my email ahead of time. And as you can see in my page, in the screen, hello, first name, I want to share with you some good news, the Digital Growth Summit, cool, right? I have a lot of this right here, and I actually need to add this part, as you can see right there. So rule number one is please write it out ahead of time, okay? So write out all your stuff ahead of time. I'm going to walk you through some elements that we like in an email. Now, sometimes I like a sidebar over here, column. Sometimes I don't. In this one, we're going to do that. I don't want too much above the fold, so I'm going to remove some of our social media buttons because we really don't need that. Next, I'm going to remove one of these lines because I have two of them there. So if you look at Media Leaders, we've got our little logo that people have come to trust and know. Then we've got Digital Growth Summit. Guess what? This is the wrong date. And I did that intentionally because I want to show you how to upload an image. You double click on it, or you can go and insert an image and grab that and throw it over there, but I'm just going to double click on it and I'm going to change that image. We need to go find the May 2nd version of it. So let's go over here to the May 2nd, Digital Growth Summit May 2nd, and I've got a few of them. Okay, that's the one I want. A file by that name already exists. Okay, so we've already got that. Digital Growth Summit May 2nd. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. See how? And you want to name these very carefully. Infusionsoft doesn't have the best system for naming, so know what you're naming. Boom, great. Digital Growth Summit, perfect. You can manually resize this. You can have the alignment be center. I think it's going to work the way it is up here, and I'll show you. Look at that. See how it's already updated? Now, here's another little trick that I want all of you to have. We're going to come back to this, but you want to link that image. Why do you want to link it, Josh? Well, here's why. People click on images. They click on everything. So you want to go ahead and link to that. So here's one of my little tricks. Go up here, go to we're going to go to MediaLeaders.com, and we're going to go to the Digital Growth Summit. We're going to click on it. See, it feels a lot like our website. And once you're on the page, which you can see here in the upper center right there, Digital Growth Summit, we're going to copy that, and then we're going to click on this little tiny Chrome thing. You can go and do Google Analytics however you want. But you want to make sure that this little tiny Google Analytics URL builder, which you can find in the Chrome Marketplace, is pretty helpful. It says, what URL do you want to share? Sometimes not the right URL comes in there. And then fill in the info form. Now, I have it set up for Infusionsoft. I know that the source is Infusionsoft, the medium is an email, and the campaign is Infusionsoft. Copy that to the clipboard. Now, what's the reason for that? Well, because when people land on our site, I want it to look like this, because I want to know where they came from long after the email is sent out, long after the campaign's over. You see, emails end up in people's inboxes for for years. So people could visit your website long after you even want them to buy a product and land, and you need to know, did someone forward that email on to 100 people a month later, and those 100 people are all clicking? You want to be a smart marketer. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move this back over here. And let's go click on this once. When you double click on it, it uploads an image. Click on it once. We're going to unlink it, click on it again, and link it. And this link, we're going to put it in there. Now, it's set to web address. You have a lot of options here. Email address. We don't want to opt in. We don't want them to go to a web address. And then you know what I'm going to do? This is one of my little tricks. You can click that little tag button like you saw me do. What tag do you want to apply? Interested in Digital Growth Summit. So watch this. There is actually an interested in, boom, Digital Growth Summit. So I put tags, so when someone clicks a link, that means they're interested in learning more about that. And everybody that gets one of those, they've clicked on that. I also have something called engaged user. They clicked something in the last 6 months. I'll show you that in another video. All right, so that's done. Let's insert an update. So now when people click on that, they're going to the Digital Growth Summit. This is also a link. This goes medialeaders.com, source, boom, awesome. I'm also going to make sure and tag them as an engaged user. They clicked on an email in the last 6 months. Awesome. So you've got those two being clicked and linked. Let's also do this. Let's learn more here. Let's go make sure that this is set up as well. Link. I think it goes to, sometimes it delinks it. That's the only problem with this WYSIWYG system in the Digital Growth Summit. So let's go down to interested in the Digital Growth Summit. You'll see it right here, interested in the Digital Growth Summit, and then we'll also do engaged user. Now, Josh, seems like a lot. Well, it's going out to thousands of people, so you want to get these correct. Sometimes it'll resize it like you see right there. So what I do is I go back to 12 points. I make it smaller actually sometimes and make it bigger. And I always turn it back into Arial so that it doesn't look wrong. All right, let's read through this real quick. Now you've got your right-hand column. It's enjoyable. It's cool. Hello, contact first name. I always love to greet people that way. So the sweetest thing on your ears is your own first name. Next, I want to share with you some good news on our next event. And that's when I throw in the Digital Growth Summit. Now, Control-Z. There we go. Sometimes the formatting gets a little funky here, so we gotta kind of figure that out. So Control-Z, and it's not the easiest sometimes. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, the Digital Growth Summit. I've spent months talking with dozens of the most prestigious online brands in LA. They've committed to host a second summit in Playa Vista that will help you build your online presence. Expert panelists will present from NBC, Universal, LegalZoom, Sony Pictures. You get the idea. Now look at my little marketing tactic. Click here to save $250 by purchasing a ticket before April 3rd, this week. See how that call to action is above the fold? This is what people's inbox kind of looks like. Call to action above the fold in text, not an image. Why? Because sometimes people don't turn their images on in their website. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Over 10 panel topics include SEO and learn more. I'm going to go over to my website, and I am going to show you 2 ways to do this. You if you hit Windows left, it throws on the left. Windows right, it throws it on the right. So we're going to have some fun here, and we're going to build on the fly. You ready? Okay. Now, on the left, you're going to notice that I have little things like topic and agenda. So our 10 panel topics include, and I'm going to right click on this and go copy link address, learn more. And I'm going to link to that. Boom. So now you know, boom. Now I could throw Google Analytics in there, but whenever it has a hashtag, sometimes it's just a little bit much to do that. Insert an update. Next, let's go. If somebody wants with 8 hours of tactics, I'm writing you today to offer you this cool stuff. Let's see. And more. So let's go panelists. Let's go right click, copy link address, and more. But I don't know that I actually want to add more there. Okay, so let's keep looking. I'm writing you today and offer an early bird discount for $149 until April 3rd. Great. The next thing I want to do is toss in something unique that we added that is a sponsorship. Do you work in an SEO Boom. Let's throw that in there. Control C. I love PSs. P period S period. Do you work in an SEO PR agency? Now, one of the little tricks in Infusionsoft is to highlight what you want and then click this little button right there, remove the formatting, bring it up normal, and then I set all the formatting. I like 12 point, so I go to font family. Font family is Arial, and that is 12 point. And then you have to hit 12 point twice in order for it to kick in. Great. Do you work in an SEO, PR, digital branding agency? Our attendees expressed interest in meeting with quality agencies during this event. We set up this 10-minute speed meeting sponsorship track to deliver the most targeted, time-efficient, and cost-effective route to connect with multiple prospects and possibly win new accounts. Click here to watch a video. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go over. I'm glad we're doing this dual screen so you can see how this works. Let's go down to that part here. This is actually a link to it. You see how there's a sponsorship link up there? Control C. Let's go make sure we Infusionsoft that link. Okay, we got speed meetings. Great. Infusionsoft. Copy the link to clipboard. I want to make sure that that is Google Analytics. It's not really a term, but Google Analytics. Okay, so let's go Control A, Control V. Great. And let's do interest sponsor. Networking event interested sponsor. Yeah, let's do that, even though it's a boot camp. And then let's also do this engaged user, and then also summit. Let's do, yeah, summit, interested in digital growth summit. Okay, great, done. And really it just shows I can see that person over the course of time. Everybody I send this to, I can see what their interests are, what they've clicked on. And unfortunately MailChimp just doesn't offer this level of intrigue. You can tag people, you can do all kinds of really interesting stuff with this. And then what we'll do is we'll go PPS, and I'm going to toss in this little piece of marketing that I have down here at the bottom. Our new teen tweet. Love this new widescreen because I'm able to show you what I see on multiple pages at the same time. So let's go ahead and clear this, and I'll read this off to you. Once again, longer video, but I think you get the idea. There's a lot of value in what I'm showing you here. Why am I showing all of you this? Because you can click the link below if you're not an Infusionsoft customer. If you are an Infusionsoft customer, you need to be at MediaLeaders.com. Here's a little tiny advertisement. You need to jump on MediaLeaders.com, go to the front page, go down to the right, and make sure and join our newsletter right here. Boom. Because then you can get more videos like this. Awesome. Okay, so PPS, our new Teen Tween Social Media Safety Summit, is gaining a lot of traction. If you know any parents or teachers of teens and tweens, please visit this site. So we're going to go to that site, and we're going to go to that site, that page. We're going to go Control C, and we are going to Google Analytics URL Builder. It's in there. Infusionsoft email. Copy it to the clipboard. Please visit this site. Boom. Link. Boom. Engaged. And then interested in, let's see what they're interested in. Safe Smart Social. Look at that. Boom. Done. Insert update. Please visit this site and click on the Facebook share button to display it on, to share it on your wall, or show it on your wall. How about show the event? I'm forever grateful for anything you can do to share this valuable event. Thanks. Cool. I think I'm going to remove that. I don't know. I could put that, sincerely, Josh. I kind of do like the. Let's remove it. Let's give people a chance to unsubscribe. If they don't want to be a subscriber, that's fine. Here's another little tactical tip. Sometimes you can just press enter about 30 times like that, and then people think it's a little bit more personal. They can always go down to the bottom and unsubscribe, but that just doesn't get in their way then. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've reviewed. Hello, Contact. I want to share with you some good news on our next event, the Digital Growth Summit. I've spent months talking with dozens of the most prestigious online brands in LA and have committed to host a second summit in Playa Vista. that will help you build your online presence. Expert panelists will present from. Let's make sure this is all the same color. Just for fun, I'm going to go through and make sure that the color, which is right here, trying to make sure, see how they're different colors. Yeah, you just got to play with this just a little bit. I'm going to make sure it's all black and it's all the same color. Boom. Okay, cool. And I could probably go through all this as well. You don't want to do that over the links because it will change the link color. Link colors should be native. They should be allowed to be blue if that is so their desire. Okay, there you go. Great. Looking good. I've got some event details on the right hand side. That's awesome. You know what? I'm going to get rid of our social media links. People say, oh, you need them. In emails, I don't know that we need them. I'm going to get rid of them just for fun. I don't want people clicking on that. We got enough places to send them. Okay, so we're going to test this out. Let's go over and make sure I'm not missing anything in my email. 29 incredible speakers, a chance to learn from tactics. Let's go back over to this Digital Growth Summit up top, and let's go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and share this in Infusionsoft. Watch, there's one more little thing that I didn't share over here. Learn more. 29 plus expert panelists. So let's go ahead and go panelists. Copy that link address. Boom. Speakers. Infusionsoft. Copy. 29 plus. But you know what? Yeah, okay, great. 29 plus panelists, and we'll do some testing here. Link, Control A, V, great. And I don't think it works actually that well when you put Google Analytics on it, so we're going to take that Google Analytics off just for this one thing because the hashtag speakers doesn't seem to work quite as well. Interested in Digital Growth Summit. And then engaged. Okay, so here we go, my friends. I think we're just about ready. Now the click here. Let me show you how this works. Digital Growth Summit, early bird discount. Great. Let's go back to the sequence. Let me show you how this works. We're going to go full screen with this here real quick. We're going to take this one and turn it off for right now. In the future, I will show you how other ones work. See, our Digital Growth Summit is less than 2 weeks away. We pack the house this way with our other reminder emails. This one will run between 3/31 it'll run between yesterday and we got to keep going all the way down to today's date and Saturday. You know what? Let's just keep running it. It could be too late for the event. That's fine. 1 a.m. to 11 p.m. Save. And it'll apply a tag. Events. Digital Growth Summit invited. I think I have that. And we will. I think we have invited. Digital Growth Summit. Digital growth. Yeah, sometimes it has it, sometimes it doesn't. So let's do 2014 dot 05. Yep, great. 0502. See how I add a tag that says I've invited them? Great. Save. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. You see how these are grayed out a little bit or greened out? We're going to go back to the campaign. We're going to publish it. And if I add, I want to invite these people. Let's do that. If I add this lead to anybody, 2014.05, boom, save that. Now if I publish it, it'll change things up a little bit. I'll publish it. Great. Awesome. Back to the edit button. If they register for the DGS, they get an instant confirmation, and they get it 1 week before the event. all kinds of cool stuff. So we'll probably go back and fix this up just a little bit more too. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and test this in our inbox. So you double click on it once you've published it. Let's go ahead and test it. To send a test, I'm going to send it to my team or myself. Okay, I'll also send it to the referral partner test. Great. Okay, we'll go over here and we'll test it. I want to show you what that looks like. Digital Growth Summit Early Bird Discount Ticket. Now, here's the only problem. And this is the only problem with Infusionsoft, even though it's great. You see how this looks? What would this look mobile? Well, unfortunately, it looks like this mobile. Kind of cuts off the right-hand side. This is why I make all my text a little bit bigger. See how it reads that? Whereas in MailChimp doesn't have the power of Infusionsoft, but in MailChimp it would take this right-hand column and throw it down at the bottom. That's not the case here. So what I want to do is make sure that the imagery looks good. So click here. We're going to double check all this. Click here to test. Okay. So do you see how that went there? Great. And then logo. What if people click on the logo without it being on? Goes to the front page. What if people click on this Digital Growth Summit? Okay. Josh, what does that show? We'll watch this. Click Accept Images. Great. Okay, learn more here. It should take people to the top of the Digital Growth Summit. Great. You got to test all your links. Learn more. Our 10 panel topics. It should take them down. Boom. To the 10 panel topics. 29 plus expert panelists. Decide where it should go. It should go to the panelists. Great. Technically, the panelists include logos, but you get the idea. Can't make it, click here. I'm going to show you how to turn that on. Where? They click there. Go straight to the venue. What? They click there. Those are the topics. And when? They click there. And it goes to the event details or topics as well. And then ps.do. We got to remove that. You see how that appears weird? Click here to watch a video and learn how you can sponsor the event. This is a video all about how they can sponsor it. Great. And then I need to put a line in between there. I need to put a line between Josh. I'll show you how to do that. Visit this site. Click the share, Facebook share button. Great. Okay. So let's go ahead and get rid of a couple of these. Good thing I have a lot of RAM on the computer. And then we're going to wrap this video up and show you how this works. All right. Here we go, my friends. So let's dive back on into here. Down at the bottom, it looks like there's stuff there. Hold down the Shift key and press Enter, Enter, Enter. And that'll put in, it'll be more realistic. Also, PS do, I should have put a space there. PS, do you work at a social media? Great. Awesome. And then right here, I'll put Shift, Enter, Enter, Enter. Boom. That's great. Now it looks like it actually put, okay, let's go Shift, Enter, Enter, Enter. Okay, that'll be great. All right, I think that's better, and I'm hoping that there's nothing else that we missed. What we're going to do is send this off. Oh, we're going to do one more thing. Back to the sequence. Now remember how I said it'll take you out of the sequence? If they don't want a DGS invite, watch this. This is pretty awesome. Click on this, and it pulls up your emails. Now this is where the power of Infusionsoft is really, really incredible. If you were to see this email, I want to take them out of the sequence if they click here. Click here and I'll take you out of the invites for this event. Okay? So back to the campaign. It pulls them out of that box, throws them here. If they buy a ticket, it throws them here and it takes them out so they don't get more events. And it throws them into the registered. Okay? And then the registered is kind of cool too. You're registered with this info, May 2nd, event details. All the info's below. Click here to share this event. Awesome. Now, we've got all the event details and all that good stuff. You're registered for the Digital Growth Summit. So we're good to go. I've got a little bit more work to do in there, but let's do this. Let's publish it, and let's go invite a few people. This has been an all-inclusive system right now. Now, to do my test, I'm actually going to go over to our friends in a certain city. So we're going to click on Contacts. And we are going to click on contacts. We're going to click on a tag. It's a region tag. Region, and the region will be Santa Barbara. Let's see how many people are in Santa Barbara that doesn't have any of these tags. They don't have the unsubscribe tag. Because some people, when they unsubscribe, they get that. So we've got 64. So let's go test this. Let's go send it to 64 people. Let's go Actions, Apply or Remove a Tag. And we're going to apply or remove. Remember that event tag? I think it was in Events, and it might not have been. We're going to go down to the date, 10/14. Actually, it might have been in Summits. Got a lot of tags here. Stand by for 1 sec. We'll find it. Sometimes it's up here. You can see how busy this gets. I'm not categorizing them as best as I should, my friends. I have to be honest with you. For 2014.5. Okay, I found it. I put it under Summits. You've got categories, and that way I can click Summits. And so let's invite them. And if I add the invited, it goes into the invited and it retags them with invited. Okay, so save. And we're adding it to 64 people that live in the Santa Barbara area. They are my little test, my little friends. We're going to process that action. Now here's what it's doing. It's putting it into the queue. There's a lot of databases and all kinds of processors and on Mars, or the Infusionsoft servers, that are processing this. You'll see it slowly update. It's scheduled, as you can see. It'll update here in a minute. There we go. It's starting, and it really takes this seriously. It doesn't just do it live. It waits. It puts it in the queue, and then it applies those things. So now it's complete. Do you see this on the left? It was priority 3, level 1. I don't know what all this means, but process skipped error. There was no errors skipped. Action was successful. Pretty cool. So now you go to your dashboard, roll over the home button, go to the dashboard, and then watch what happens. Maintenance, action needed. Yeah, so they've got a bunch of stuff up here. But ignore that. So 15 hours ago, you can see people clicking on things, people are opening things, people fill out the web form and all kinds of stuff. But watch this. We have people that we are going to take a look at really quick, the recent activity. We just sent a lot of emails to people. And see how Josh Oakes, that was that one that I clicked on. I clicked on a bunch of different links. And somebody clicked on the attachment. Chapter 1 of my book gets sent to people, register to download. Let me go ahead and let's take a quick peek. We're gonna put this on pause and we're gonna come right back. Okay, so we sent that off to a bunch of people, and look, it successfully went into somebody's stuff. Digital Growth Summit early bird discount. So Danielle opened this, right? So Danielle's in there. You can see all the emails that she has and stuff. Boom, cool. She's open. That's great. Okay, so to get to that, what I do is I like to send it to 100 to 200 people first, and that was only 64, but that's fine, and test it out. If she were to unsubscribe, then you would know we have a problem. But she's opened it twice, which means she probably opened it, went to a page, came back to it, it reloaded it. If they open it a bunch, that means they're clicking or they're visiting our site or something like that. Now, if they click on it, usually we can track a lot of this stuff. But a couple of those links weren't trackable, actually. So what I want you to do is just test your stuff. Now, if you're not using Infusionsoft yet, you can click the link below and learn more about it. But I've walked you through pretty much everything you can do in the Infusionsoft campaign builder. Now, there's a lot more to it. I get that. And I don't have time to show you it all. But I want you to at least see that this is kind of how it works. Infusionsoft campaign builder, run on that date, and so on. I'm going to fix these dates up. I'll probably run the next one. Let me turn around and look at this. Yeah, so I'll run the next one probably on this date right here, November, December, January, February, and March. It'll be around April 18th. It'll be their last, around April 15th will be their last chance, and then, or the second to last chance, and then this will be the last one, April and December, January, February, March. And then we'll do the last one around April 29th, which is their last chance. All right, everybody, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Go to MediaLeaders.com to learn more, and we'll update you in the future on how we're using Infusionsoft in email marketing. Have a great day. Bye.